Madam Tao Qing from the Bureau of Operation and Communications Administration, and also Mr. Wang Peng from Operation Monitoring and Coordination. The floor is yours, Mr. Tian. Ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media, good morning. I would like to begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to you for your attention and support for developing the industry and information technology sector. Next, I will brief you on the general situation of H1 2022. Under the guideline of Xi Jinping thought on a new philosophy development, a new era, and also follow a work plan laid out in the work report of the government. And also we highly and efficiently coordinate the COVID-19 prevention and control and economic and social development. We also dealt with the new challenges and risks brought by COVID-19 and also the complex international environment. And we also try to reverse the downward curve, and we're glad to see a positive trend of the industry development. And that's also showed in the following areas. First, the industrial economy saw sustained recovery and development. In H1 2022, following the requirements being made by the central government, notably safeguarding macro stability, ensuring that the economy operates within the proper rate, we have seen 4 highlights. First, we have seen a notable recovery. China's added value of industries above that size grew by 3.4% year-on-year. Although in April it's down to be a negative number, but it may rebound to 0.7% and then back to 3.9% in June. So we have seen a letter V curve. And we also have seen a big increase of GDP proportion. And the added value of manufacturing above that size grew by 3.4%, 1.4 percentage point higher than a proportion of GDP last year. Third, we have also seen the exporting also played a driving force. A delivered value increased by 10.8%. The number in April down by 1.9%, and in May and June it recovered to 11.1% and 15.1% respectively. Fourth, investment also have registered a high level. The investment increased by 10.4%, higher than the investment in a fixed asset. So we could see from the number that investment in manufacturing is leading the whole investment spectrum. And we also focus on stabilizing industrial and supply chain. That's hold the key to develop an industrial economy. COVID-19 brought a big blow to the safety and stability of industrial and supply chain. And we focus on the key and leading industries, companies, and business forms. And we also prioritize manufacturing of anti-COVID-19 products, and also had a list of priorities and were coordinated across different departments, different regions, and different provinces, make sure that the key enterprises on the industrial chain could play a leading role to drive the smooth operation of the whole industrial and production line. So far, we have resolved 54,000 problems, helping enterprises smoothly operating. Right now, the 22,000 enterprises, all above that size, right now all register a smooth operating, contributing to the increase of industry economy. The added value of high-tech enterprises above that size registered an increase of 9.6%, showing strong resilience. That's also the engine to drive the transformation and upgrading of the whole industry. So we have cultivated clusters of high-tech companies in smart photovoltaic enterprises. And we're also upgrading and transforming the traditional industries and also lay out the 3-year plan and also to speed up the digitalization of the industries. And we're also right now focusing on the green and low carbon development and also let the consumption play a role. And we have seen 3 rounds of the consumption festivals and also bring the green and low carbon the facilities and also equipment to the rural areas. We also have the SMEs. SMEs always the key foundation to realize the stability of the market entities and also the increase of economies. We also worked with different departments to release the policies, including tax and fee cuts. For each one, the policies regarding the tax and fee cuts, around 1.8 trillion yuan. So this is the actual benefit to SMEs. We serve the SMEs, help them to relieve the burden and also to make sure that they help them to prevent and resolve the problem of defaults on payment. Around 3,000 companies with high growth potential, advanced technology, and a strong market competitive edge also registered a good momentum, and also make sure that all the policies deliver the promised effect. And we also conduct supervisions to make sure that all the policies implemented according to its letters. We not only help the SMEs to relieve their burden, we also help them to realize a sustainable growth. For H1 this year, SMEs above the designated size registered a growth of 3.7%, higher than the average number of the whole industry. We could see that policies already take effect. For the telecommunication development, we also help to see the new technology happen in telecom businesses. The revenue of the telecom businesses increased by 8.3% year-on-year, and that of software information technology services also registered double-digit growth year-on-year. And also the the investment in infrastructure construction also see a rapid growth. And a total of 1.85 million 5G base stations were established and opened, and also the endeavor also sped up. The industrial network also rolled out a number of pilot projects already in operation. And we also to expand the scenarios applied with advanced technology and also help the disabled people and also elderly people enjoy the benefit brought by the telecommunication business, and also to make sure that we have the solid progress made in the prevention and combat of telecom and internet fraud. So far, we have seen a great resilience in the industrial and the information technology sector, and also the vitality of the companies in these sectors under the guideline of the Central Committee with Commerce CDBI's core. We have seen the policies already have taken its effect, and we also have the confidence to make sure that we will continue this good momentum of growth. And going forward, we'll continue to implement the key decision of the CPC Central Committee and State Council, make sure that we focus on the stability of the economy and also to welcome the convening of the 20th CPC National Congress with outstanding achievements. That's all from my side. Now my colleagues and I are ready to answer your questions. Now the floor is open. Please identify your media affiliation before raising questions. With CMG CCTV, because of the multiple impact brought by COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine conflicts, we have seen a quite complex environment, but we have seen the good momentum in the development and growth of the MIIT sector, and what the measures you will take to boost the growth in the second half of this year. Thank you for your question. So far, for H1, we have seen a quite severe and complex environment home and abroad. All these sectors have paid a great effort to realize the growth. For the first 2 months of this year, we have seen a good start of this year with stable growth. In March, we have suffered a sudden blow, causing a fluctuation. And General Secretary gave the instructions, and the State Council also issued a basket of policies and major initiatives. The MIIT, working with other departments, laid our priority on stabilizing the industrial economies and also the industry and information technology sector. The localities also issued their corresponding policies, and the companies overcoming the difficulties stabilized their operations. And because of all these measures, we have seen a reverse of the curve in May and June. Especially in May, PMI above the prosperous line as the threshold of 50. So we could see that a macro economy played a solid role. Manufacturing out of GDP registered 28.8%, compared to the level of 2021 as 1.4 percentage point higher, which means the proportion of the manufacturing sector has grown remarkably. As for investment, the Q2 investment increase and playing a leading role to drive the whole growth of the economy. And also the manufacturing industry registered the double-digit growth, and the equipment manufacturing also see a quite solid recovery, contributing 70% of the growth of the industrial economy. So the equipment manufacturing also increasing its prominent role in industry and information technology sector, and against the backdrop of the volatility in external information, we have seen a stable increase in the sector, should owe to the guideline made by the Civil Central Committee and State Council, a series of policies and measures to boost the growth and to stabilize the growth, and also have seen the further potential release from the consumption sector. We believe that the whole momentum will not be changed, and also our fundamental of long-term sustainable growth also not changed. That said, we're still facing a severe challenges both at home and abroad, the economic recession, as well as a slowdown of economic growth worldwide, a price hike of the commodities, all these will give us a quite big pressure to realize growth in the second half of this year. Going forward, we'll continue to implement the policies and the measures of the CPC Central Committee and State Council. We speed up to develop the digital economy, make sure the industrial economy operate within the appropriate rate, make sure we hit the goal set out for this year, and also to welcome the opening of the 20th National Party Congress. To that end, first, we continue to implement the basketball policies in a meticulous manner. And we will also work with different departments to roll out and conduct the supervision work to make sure that all the policies can be implemented in a desired manner. And we also establish a reporting system. Make sure that people involved, company involved, understand the policies and also enjoy the benefits of the policies to boost their confidence and also increase the market sentiment. Second, and the 14th five-year plan already rolled out. A large project of upgrading and transforming technology already started, and the construction of the optical fiber networks, the 5G, also constructed. As we said, the AUVS and also the low carbon consumption and the green facilities also brought to the rural areas. And we believe that the measures and the projects will continue to take effect. Third, we also help the enterprises to resume their full capacity in order to stabilize the price and supply. We have established an alarming system. Make sure that the commodities, the bulk raw materials can be in place in need. At the same time, also continue efforts to help enterprises, especially SMEs, that right now still facing some difficulties. And we will continue to diffuse and resolving their risks in default on payment. And we will also continue our work on supervising the policy implementation, and we continue to provide the vital relief. We talk about measures should be targeted to provide the immediately need relief to SMEs.
第一排左侧这位女士，这位。天目新闻提问。刚才您也提到数字经济，那么数字经济在我国这个规模增速很快。
As you mentioned, the digital economy, we could see that the scale of a digital economy continue to increase, especially its proportion of GDP. So what measures do you have to further scale up the digital economy? I invite DDG Wang Peng to answer your questions. Thank you for your question. General Secretary Xi attached great importance on development of a digital economy, giving the instructions to further develop this sector on different occasions. And for MIIT, we continue to leverage its role of developing a digital economy and integrating digital economy into a real economy. We have seen a good effect. And the digital economy scale ranking the second around the world. And we can understand this in two areas. First, the scale of digital increase continue to increase. Online shopping, online education, remote telemedicine have seen a good momentum, injecting a strong impact impetus to the industrial economy. Software, the telecommunication, internet revenue exceeded 10 trillion yuan. A stable growth momentum is obvious. And second, talking about the progress of developing a digital economy is ongoing. The industrial network also made a solid stride. 5G plus industrial network projects continue. A project in this regard exceeded 3,000. The number in Q2 exceeded 700. And smart manufacturing, smart technology so continued. The incubation of enterprises more than 6,000. And the number of the digital application and digitalization and the companies above that in size registered above 50%. And for MIIT, we'll continue efforts in this regard in the following areas. First, we'll create an enabling environment to boost development of the industrial digital economy. First, regarding the key technologies, we will strengthen our efforts to make breakthroughs in key technology development and also making our industrial and supply chain resilient and competitive. And second, we continue the layout of the digital economy. We continue our efforts in 5G construction and also the gigabit optical fiber networks. And also continue the efforts in constructing green and smart database. And third, we will also continue the integration of a digital economy and real economy. And also regarding the projects that the digital economy empowering SMEs, the companies with a high growth potential, advanced technology, and a strong market competitive edge, single product manufacturing specialist were also included in the digital economy plan. For open data needed by the market will be available, and also will have the pilot projects in the open source and the open data, and we also will release the guidelines in realizing data and make sure there's no impetus, there's no obstacles in sharing data. And also we will make sure that the security of the whole digital economy and also to deepen our international cooperation in this regard in order to create an open, fair, equal, and a non-discriminatory environment and to realize a community with a shared future in the cyber area.
谢谢主持人，新华社记者。我的问题是，消费品工业是我国重要的民生产业和传统优势产业，也是扩大内需的供给基础。
Consumption industry is a key industry to the people's livelihood, and what measures do you have to boost high-quality development? What kind of measures do you have to make sure it underpins the development of industrial economy?
谢谢您的提问。
Invite Madame Tao to answer your question. Thank you for your question. Consumption industry covered the areas of people's daily life and daily work. also playing a key role and boost the development of the industrial economy. And for the first 6 months, the added value of consumption added increased by 4.6%, showing strong resilience. And recently, we work with different departments to realize the guidelines to develop the industries such as the fabric and to boost the high-quality development. Going forward, we will make sure that we can cover more products, more categories in this regard. So we focus on both supply and demand side, and also to increase our capability to provide good service and experience to the consumers in order to meet the people's evergreen needs for a better life. First, we create more products to meet people's need, especially in the sectors like housekeeping, elderly care, and we can also introduce the green, low-carbon fashion and customized products to meet market needs. And we also will continue to cultivate the new enterprises and also to create enabling environments to fostering a new business forms, new enterprises, and mode of business. Regarding the food, medicine, manufacturing, furniture, we will hope to see a new group of enterprises emerge. Make sure that we're connecting supply and demand sides closely. We build up the system and platform to trace the information so the consumers can buy products they need in a safe and secure manner. Third, we also boost a good brand. Make sure that consumption can play a vital role to boost the economy. In Q3, we will work with the different departments and also the communities of industries to hold different consumption fairs and industrial sector fairs to give a stage to the good companies and brands to showcase their products and service.
谢谢主持人。澎湃新闻记者提问：当前工业产销衔接不畅的问题仍然存在，部分行业企业也面临着一定困难。想请问工部对于下阶段稳定工业经济
Some enterprises still face the difficulties. What kind of the arrangement do you have to continue help the enterprises overcome the difficulties in hard times? Thank you for your question. Yes, indeed. Since March this year, we have seen an impact on the growth of the industrial and economy, but the good thing is that we have seen the curve rebound from May. And first, the majority of the enterprises registered growth. 33 industries have registered a positive growth, and 9 out of the 33 industries registered double-digit growth. Second, regarding the key industrial and supply chains, the equity manufacturing sector dropped to -8% in April, but in June it registered positive 9.2% growth. We talk about the equipment manufacturing actually suffered a lot because of COVID-19, and a good thing is that we could see that the car manufacturing, as added value of a car manufacturing, registered 16.2% from a -7%. High-tech manufacturing, the added value of it increased 9.6%, higher than the average, and the electronic registered 10.2%. So we could see the momentum of the good growth of high-tech continue. Mining sector increased by 9.5%, and the coal double-digit. Regarding the consumption supply, at 8.4% increase in the supply of the beverage. But still, because of the cyclical development and the COVID-19 situation, different sector and industry have suffered different situations. And for the enterprises at the middle and the downstream of the industry and supply chain feel the severe impact, and SMEs also have the difficulties. Going forward, for all these difficulties, and we will release different measures in a targeted manner to make sure that we stabilize the operation of enterprises, stabilizing the price, stabilizing investment in industrial economy, releasing more policies to relieve the difficulties on enterprises in order to maintain the stable development of the industrial and information technology sector. NEVs delivered a satisfied results. Is this because the favorable tax policies in this sector? What kind of measures do we have in boosting the growth of NEVs? Thank you for your question. Since the beginning of this year, the development of NEVs attracted attention across the board because it's closely related to people's day-to-day life. The enterprises in this regard also tried their best to overcome difficulties, realizing a fast and good growth. First, the manufacturing and selling skills making new high. In June, a number 596,000 car manufactured and sold. So for each one, over 2 million cars manufactured and sold. Second, regarding a new technology developed as a new laser function, also rolled out, as well as other new technologies, also commercialized. Regarding the battery, also to make breakthroughs. 无钴电池达到了240瓦时每公斤，这个指标都是非常亮眼的。半固态的电池接近了量产的状态，所以新能源汽车的动力电池我们仍然保持这个。And the semi-solid battery are now also coming to the last stage before a mass production. 新增建设充换电设施130万台，这里面我们私人装92万个。The matching technology also continues its development. 因为我们现在买新能源汽车比较多，所以这个需求也旺盛。说公共设施建设至关重要。We have seen more and more NEVs sold, so the charging piles and the charging matching facilities also continued to coping with the development of the NEV. 那么你提到这个关于购置税的免征问题啊，国务院也。And the recycle of the batteries also is improving the service, make sure that people can recycle their battery to the nearest station. Regarding the taxation, 那么国务院也高度重视。目前我们部门呢，相关部门啊，正在。So the purchase tax of NEVs. The extension of this favorable taxation is still under discussion. Right now, we have seen that the development of NEVs entering to a fast track, which is also a task on our agenda. We will continue to work with all the other departments to increase the scale of the AUVs, laying the foundation for the economy. And we will do the following. First, we will improve the quality of AUVs. As regarding a function of a battery, a protection function, as well as an alarming system, so the consumer can buy a vehicle and use them in a safer way. And we'll also continue to improve more technologies, especially the intelligence technologies on board, to improve the consumer's driving experience. And third, we continue to improve the environment for the whole industry for the chips. And we will continue efforts to stabilize the price of the chips, because the price of the chips actually play a vital role in the pricing of the whole AUVs. Make sure that the supply chain of AUVs operate in a stable manner for the localities capable to realize the favorable policies to boost the development of AUVs, and also introduce AUVs to rural areas. And also for the public transportation, I will also roll out the new energy or cycle energy usage. And also we will continue to roll out a data sharing system, so we could see a safe driving as well as the stable development of the whole industry can be both realized.
谢谢主持人，我是人民邮电报记者。我们注意到近年来工业互联网在助力企业复工复产、推进数字化转型方面起到了重要作用。
noticed that the industrial network have played a key role in recovering the sectors from COVID impact. What kind of measures do you have in second half of this year to further boost development of industrial network? Thank you for your question. The CPC Central Committee and State Council attach great importance to the development of this sector. And this is the 5th year to further implement the General Secretary Xi's instruction on developing industrial network, underpinning the development of digital economy. Starting from this year, based on the work planned out in the government report, we have seen the new progress made in this sector. Let me introduce in the following 4 areas. First, the infrastructure were realized, and 5G has seen more than 3,100 new projects.
日均解析量显著提升，已经达到了1.5亿次。
rolled out.
2级节点已经覆盖了全国29个省、自治区、直辖市和34个重点行业。
And also the second tier nodes also covered the sub-regional level.
平台已经超过150家，我们并遴选出
For the
28个
platforms
跨领域的
regarding key regions, the key industries, and the key industries have rolled out, and covering more than 1,000 platforms. Industrial app reached 280,000. At the national, regional, and enterprise level, we have rolled out the supervision system, a systematic. The institutional and systematic set of rules have in place. Industrial network, industrial base, industrial park have all the fast growth, and the scale of the whole industry exceeded 1 trillion. Going forward, will continue to implement the key decision of the State Council and to continue to roll out the category-based policies, upgrade the industrial network. First, we focus on the key link to improve the innovation capability. We'll continue our project of innovative industrial network to roll out a project of a pilot network platform, and also to have a smart implementation and application of the industrial network. And we will also roll out the standards and the benchmarks in this regard. Regarding the key areas, we focus on the key industry application. We try to link the end-to-end chain of the industrial network, and also to shift ourselves from the manufacturing to the application stage. We will continue to release the industrial-specific guidelines and prevention guidelines. Third, and we will continue our efforts to bring the supply and the demand sides, and we will have the fairs available to bring the players involved in this regard. And we will also to have more the campaigns in this regard. And we will fully leverage the role of the working groups to realize the cooperations among industry, academia, and R&D center.
谢谢主持人。中国日报记者提问：其实今年以来，受国际环境和国内疫情的影响，经济的下行压力进一步加大。但我们注意到，其实信息通信业是保持。
And we have seen the growing pressure on downward growth of economy because of COVID-19 and other conflicts. But the good thing is we have seen the positive growth realized in industry and information technology sector. Do please elaborate more in this regard? Thank you for your question. H1 this year, the MIIT earnestly implement key decisions made by CP Central Commission and State Council. We stick to the general principle of the realizing stability while ensuring progress. And we have seen a good momentum achieved in the development of the MIIT. First, we have see the emerge of new drivers. The scale of telecommunication business also increased, and the revenue of telebusiness registered a 5.3% higher than the growth of GDP. We also have seen the improvement of the digital, the industrial layout, and also we have seen the driving forces such as big data and other new technologies playing the key role. Industrial transformation also released its potential. Second, for the construction of a network, infrastructure continued its plan, and the gigabit optical fiber network covered more than 400 million households. So far, all the villages covered by the network, they have access to network. And regarding its role to support the economic and social development, how the development of MIIT empowered in the development, we could see that right now it's already penetrated to other sectors such as education, medical care. Industrial network, industrial clusters, green and low carbon development, also further integrated, producing benchmarks in different sectors. As for investment, fixed investment reached 189.4 billion yuan.
互联网和远见服务业等领域等行业创造出更多的新的增量。从消费来看，
creating
移动互联网的流量同比增长
a new room for growth
线上
for
办
the
公、
other
网络直
sectors.
播、网上外卖、短视频等线上
The
应用
online
蓬勃发展
working, online
信息消费
shopping, live
持续
streaming,
扩大升级。
a food delivery
四
also seeing
数字
the
惠民走
a
身向实
prosperous growth.
主要体现为3个提升。
Regarding
第
that
一
how
个
that
提升
help
是
people
用户服务感知提升。
live in a better
目
life.
前基础电信企业
First,
对轻
improve
松
the
网等常用
experience
的电信业务已经实
for
现
the
了跨区域发展。
telecommunication companies
33家重点的互联网企业已经建立了
can
人工客户
settle
服务
the,
热
their
线。
business across region,
137家企业已经接入了互
and
联网
hotlines
信息服务
also
投诉
available.
平台。第二个提升是信息无障碍能力提升，互联网应用适老化改造深入推进。目前已经有452家网站和
And we have
APP
further
完成了
improved
适老
the
化改
a
造，
telecommunication
并
service
通过了
for the
注册。
aged.
第3个提升是用户权益保护水平提升，目前已累计完成630万次
Third, we
APP
also
的检
tried
测，
our
已
efforts
经
to
实现
protect
了
the
对
legitimate
我
rights and
国
interests
主
of the
流应用商
consumers.
店在架 APP 的全覆盖。
For
APP
the
治理能
key
力
app
也明显
stores,
增强。
apps on the
下一步
shelf,
我
right
们
now
将
all
坚决
under
贯
our
彻落
supervision.
实党中央国务
Going
院决策
forward,
部署，持续加快推进信息网络建
We
设
continue to
和
implement
综合应用
decisions
创
of
新，
CBC Central
不
Committee
断
and
推
State
动
Council
信息
to
通信
further
行业
enhance the
实现
capability
高质量
building
发
of
展。
the industrial
具
networks
体来讲，主
and
要
to
做以
realize
下
the
几
high
项工
quality
作。
development
一
of
是
industry and
畅通
information
信息
technology
大动
sectors.
脉
We will do the following.
深化
First,
5G 共建共享，持续提升
make sure
双
that
千兆
the
网
a
络
smooth
覆盖率
operation
广
of
和
the
深度，
network.
继续推进
So we'll
电信
continue
可
our
服务
efforts to
力
provide
争
the
全
access
年
to
新
a
建
larger
开通
scope in
5G 基
terms
站
of the
60
application
万
of a
个，
double
总数
gigabit.
超过200万个。
And for
二是培育发
the
展
number
新
of
动能，
newly opened
加快
5G
推动
station, we
工
hope
业互联网
to
提
see
档升级，
the
基础化
60
推进工
million
业互
new
联网
stations
试
will
点
be
示范，
opened.
实施5G 行业应用10百千工
And
程，
we will also
助
roll
力
out
产业数
the
字化转型。
application of
三是提升百姓的获得感，要深入实施
the
互联
digital
网
economy and also the
应用
industrial
适老化改
network.
造
And
升
we'll
级
also
工程，
continue to
加
improve
强
people's
电信
sense of
和互联
gain
网用户的权益保护，
so that
进一
cover
步
the
规范
a
基础
projects
电
of
信
the
企业
improvement
和
of
互
the
联网企
services
业
for
的
the
经营
elderly
行为，
people,
营造
and
良
also
好信息
regulate
消费环
the
境，
a telecommunication
四
business
是
and also
扎
the
好
a
安全防
network
护网，
companies
提升
in
网
order to
络
create
服务能力和
a
硬
enabling
体素质水
environment
平，加强网络
to
安全
develop
保
this
障，
sector.
健全工业互联网、车联网等融合领域安全管理体系，
And we will
推动
continue
网
our
络安全
efforts
产业加快
in
发
terms
展。
of the a security of the network application covering the sectors of the a vehicle of a network and industrial network.
第一财经记者提问：那么产业链供应链的稳定对于本次工业经济恢复增长至关重要。那工信部采取了哪些
A
措施来保障
stabilization
产业
of
链供应
industrial
链
and
的
the
稳
supply
定畅
chain
通
play a
那么
vital
下半年
role.
在于推动企业
So
打
what kind of
生产
measures
方
do you
面有哪
have
些
in
考
this
虑？谢谢。
regard? For H2 this year, what kind of the a considerations do you have
谢谢
to
你的提问。
make sure that the companies operate in a smooth manner. Thank you for your question. Since March, because of COVID-19 and other factors, the industrial and supply chains suffered, and some companies also put on hold of their operation. So for us, the top priority is to make sure that a smooth operation of industrial and supply chain. So the MIIT also work with other departments to realize this goal. We have established a daily allocation system to deal with the delivery and logistic situation, and also sent a working team to the front line to coordinate the work on the ground to make sure that the companies can operate in a closed-loop manner. And we also released the list regarding the anti-epidemic products, products regarding people's day-to-day life, and other two sectors. So we have listed a wide list to make sure that the obstacles could be removed. Third, we're focusing on the key enterprises and the key industries. So regarding the a circuit sector, a car sector, so all in this group, and also release the alarming system, so we could help the enterprise to deal with the difficulties, including the headcount issues, the raw material issues. So far, we have dealt with 54,000 problems. So with all the players paying their contribution, right now we have seen a rebound curve of growth. For the Yangtze River Delta region and also economic belt, right now we have seen all the companies right now resume their operation, and also we could see the energy saving manufacturing also reached 90%. And going forward, continue our efforts to realize the smooth operation of the enterprises. So for the key regions, key enterprises, key regions, they were all under our monitoring. And for the enterprises on the list, and on top of that, we'll continue to roll out a largest list to make sure that the key companies on the key links along the chain will have a smooth operation. And we will also have our plans against the COVID-19 and also the emergency plan as well to deal with the surprise. For the enterprises and also the localities also established their emergency plan because of the lesson learned in March and April this year. So that a close management and operation can be realized. And we will continue to enhance the platforms, our alarming system, the chip supply, to boost the integration of operation along the industrial and supply chain, as well as the raw material supply. Last question, please.
当前一些受疫情严重冲击的中小微企业
Sounds much
面临较大的经营困难。请问工信部上半年在支持中小微企业
SME suffered a lot because of COVID.
接下来还有哪些考虑？谢谢。
What kind of measures have you taken to help the SMEs to overcome the tough days? Thank you for your question. Yes, indeed, as you mentioned, SMEs always draw the public's attention. And because of COVID-19 and other overlapped factors, the SMEs to operate in a big strength. A set of policies have been introduced, including the favorable taxation policy, a tax and fee cut, exemption of rental, and also the return of taxation by retaining payrolls. And regarding the tax and the fee cut policy, the benefit registered 2.58 trillion yuan. And that benefit, majority of that benefit actually went to SMEs. So the measures providing vital relief to SMEs enterprises were implemented and enhanced effectiveness, so they have the capability to overcome the hard days. The MIIT also working with the different departments to release different measures and policies to help the SMEs. First, we continue to introduce the favorable policies and measures on SMEs. And the MIIT introduced policies covering 4 big areas and 10 key policies. At the same time, the MIIT has been working with relevant departments and the local governments to strengthen coordination, supervision, and guidance, and hope that ODA benefits can be enjoyed by the SMEs in a desired manner. And we will continue our efforts to release more policies and measures to help the enterprises to prevail the tough time. The implementation of policies lie in the implementation. So we have the 2 campaigns, right? One is the implementation, the campaigns, and also the other is the service campaign to help to really face-to-face help to deal with the difficulties in front of the SMEs. So we introduce the management team, the solutions to the enterprises. So far, we have seen the first half of this year. We have served 20 million times. And services provided to SMEs in order to increase their sense of gains and they can enjoy the benefits in an early date. We not only help them to deal with difficulties, we also to look at a longer term to help the enterprises can be sustained in the long run. So we also build up a tiered-based cultivation system, so that covered the little giant enterprises, the enterprises with high growth potential, advanced technology, and a strong market competitive edge. So all the SMEs in different categories and tiers can realize their development. And also, we also link the large enterprises with the small ones, as well as the enterprises at the upper stream with the enterprise at the lower stream. So we can improve the core, the competitive advantage of the SMEs. And recently, we have been working with the Ministry of Education and the department to link the SMEs with the universities. So the research result from universities can be rapidly commercialized. We hope that we can expand the channels of resources for the SMEs. Fourth, regarding the default on payments to SMEs. These are permanent problems, and we have been dealing with this for the previous years. And we will continue to introduce policy package as well as a long-term mechanism that prevent and resolve the problem of defaults on payment to SMEs, which has proved to be effective currently. And also we established a platform to receive phone calls from SMEs, and this is a very effective and powerful platform and mechanism to protect the legitimate rights and interests of the SMEs. Going forward, we will continue our efforts in the above-mentioned areas, and we will continue to work with other departments to implement the policies and to mobilize all available resources to educate the SMEs regarding the policies and benefits they can enjoy, and put a close eye on the development of SMEs, improve the service system and the quality of services. So we help them to solve their problems, but also to cultivate their capability to sustain in the long run, so they can develop in a high quality and effective manner. So the enterprises can continue to grow. In the long run, I believe this is our key focus going forward, and also to hope to receive a support from the society. And that's for today's press conference. Thank you all the speakers, and thank you friends from the media. Thank you.